Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Conversation is Art, the Val and Val Show with your hosts, or rather your CIAs, Valerie Jones and Valton Johnson.
Good
Give
evening,
them a shout
everyone.
out, Valton.
We are so glad to see everybody, hear everybody, and for you all to hear us and come through the Facebook, YouTube airways. What's up? What's up? What's up? We are glad to be with you all once again after a long week. Last week in the holiday, I'm glad it's safe and sound, and that we do want to make sure folk understand there is a vaccine out there for what ails you, whatever you got. Yeah, something to take care of it. So just make sure you run by the doctor, roll your sleeve up, or show your cheek. Whichever you got to do, just get you a shot or something. And I don't mean a shot glass. Well, then again, you can do that too if you choose to. But whatever you do, just get a shot of bourbon and the
Hey,
vaccine.
fans, pray for me. Pray for me. He lit today. He lit today. It started out early. He called me about 7:30. Now I'm calling you like you be calling me.
Well, yeah, she be calling me all times of the day and night. I'm like, girl, I'm at work. Leave me alone. But anyway, this is not the Val and Val just talking you through the show. We have an audience waiting for us. So,
Well,
what we're going
what'd
to
you say,
do tonight,
Valton?
ladies, what we're going to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is we have two dynamic artists on the show tonight. We're
Woo-hoo.
going to we're going to introduce them. We're going to show you what they can do on the big screen and share with you some of the things that they've done to get to this point and beyond this point. So, Valerie, if you will, take it away.
Okay, well, look, we have some up and coming actors coming up, and we just want to be the first to give them their official interview. Now, what about that, y'all? We smile right now, but y'all better come on because when we go up, you're gonna wish you had been with us
Better
in this small,
recognize.
humble beginning. So tonight we have the Reverend John Eppenger, and let me get this name right, LaMondre Bonney.
Yep,
And
yep.
many of you know that we actually interviewed Valton several months ago because you know Valton does a lot of things. He's a playwright. He does a little bit of everything. So he
Yeah.
wrote what was a play initially called Welcome to Dundrill Heights. And we'll get into how
Actually,
it morphed into becoming a actual movie,
actually, the play was called Next of Kin, and it
Next of
morphed
Kin. Okay.
into Welcome to Dundrill Heights.
Dumb Heights.
Yeah,
So we'll get
yeah,
into all of that. So of
right.
course we would dare not promote others and not promote our own. So welcome, John, and welcome, LaMondre. I know y'all excited to be here.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
All right, all
Yeah.
right.
Give them a little bit of that Showtime music.
So, you know,
I got
last week, you all, it was our 1 year anniversary, and
okay.
Valton and I doing Conversation is Art. So I had spent my hard-earned time creating a slideshow. And it did not
Oh,
show properly because we were learning things, right? And it did not show properly. Now the folks didn't realize it because I guess they just thought we only had 3 slides, but we didn't. So we're
Right.
gonna
And we,
start out with that, and it actually has our theme song in it, our jingle, who was also written by someone that we interviewed, Miss Shy Speaks, and she rocked it. So we're very pleased with it. So sit back,
check it
enjoy
out.
this slideshow, and then we'll be back.
all right.
Check it out.
You are now tuning in to the Val Val Show, where conversation is art. Conversation is art. Conversation is art. You should just chime in. Ain't no telling where to start. On the Val Show. Ain't no telling. The Val Show. You know, ain't no telling where we go. On the Val Show. Ain't no ceiling because the art of conversation is the flow. It's that creativity available when we speak. Available in our homes. Available in the streets. We just trying to get it sparking and take it a little deeper. Keep it casual. Our fireside chat. You are now tuning into the Val Val Show, where conversation is art. Conversation is art. Conversation is art. You should chime in. Ain't no telling where to start on the Val Val Show. Ain't no telling the Val Val Show. You know, ain't no telling where we go on the Val Val Show. Ain't no ceiling 'cause the art of conversation is the flow. It's that creativity available.
All right. That was nice. That was nice.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I think you're trying to send a message out. So, John.
Yes, sir.
Pastor Eppenger. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I met John at Galilee Baptist Church many years ago, and we were both on the pulpit with Reverend Coleman. And we instantly became buds. And he's also a Kappa man, so that made it even more of a bond. So when I was thinking about shooting this as a movie, the first person, the first person that came to mind, play the role of the pastor, was John. And it was just a natural fit. So John, talk to us about how your background basically led you to this position and what you expect to come forth from this.
Oh, wow. If I may go back to Miss Hilda Horn, John Carroll High School, not John Carroll Catholic, but John Carroll High School, Island Avenue, sowed a lot of seeds into me, and first originally in speech class and thereafter journalism. And at the time, we were the only high school in the country with a weekly newspaper. And I became the editor my senior year. So I'd like to give a big shout out to Miss Hilda Horn for correcting my grammar, for telling me that it was all right to speak slang, if you will, among my peers. But in her classroom, I better dot every I and cross every T. And though she's deceased now, I'd like it to her. Just for giving me confidence, if you will, because I was, look, Val, I was actually quiet.
Okay.
I was actually quiet until speech and joining a little fraternity and, playing a little football, a little quarterback at John Carroll way back in the day. But I was actually, semi-quiet and blossomed into the fool that I have become today. I mean, into the minister that I've become today.
All right. So about this role that you're playing, the Reverend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So how does that fit in your scheme of things with your life?
Oh, especially now that I am actually a pastor. I think that I'm really not acting. I appreciate Val calling me a thespian or an actor, but I'm really playing myself until you say cut. And then when we cut, then I become myself again. But I do believe that I believe my personal life, being in the ministry, is probably going to allow us to have some insight into this particular role.
Right. Okay.
Well, look, you have what you say. I'm just speaking. I'm calling it. You are an actor, a thespian, or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I was actually a thespian in high school, John. Sure was.
Oh,
and
wow.
I enjoyed it. So I should have gone to Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
I said I should have gone to Hollywood, slept under the bridge. You know how to struggle.
Yeah.
And
see, I was the guy that unless I was seeing a girl who was in a production, me and drama with that crowd.
It was fun.
But I did get the bug, and at Galilee Baptist Church we had a playwright, Bogan. He had several productions at Galilee Baptist Church that I participated in, and then I joined the drama ministry, or was was forced into joining the drama ministry at 6th Avenue. And as a result of those experiences, learning to turn it on and turn it off, because Val knows that I'm probably more silly than I should be to be a full-grown adult. But with that said, at least with in drama, and especially at church, our director, when she says, Eppenger, hush, then that meant it was time to hush.
Yep.
Yeah, and let me make this quick announcement about LaMondre is having some connection issues, trying to get him back in, you all. So hopefully he's able to get back on. Just wanted to make everyone aware of that. So look, let me ask you this, John. So how long have you known Valton?
Woo, well, more than 10, probably close to 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to ask you this. So with him being the playwright and you being the cast member, did you want to lay some holy hands or unholy hands on doing them?
Oh, well, I think it goes both ways, but I keep some 10W automobile oil in the car, because I suspect that coconut or olive oil won't work for us.
Right. It's too light.
Because sometimes, sometimes when you work with people,
So we that's what. Yeah. The 10W30 motor oil has helped us greatly in this journey.
Okay, now break that down for people.
He just lost connection.
Yes, they must have been some bad spots. Well, I tell you all what, until they come back, we're going to go on and let you all see this trailer so you can see both of them in action.
Yeah, let's do it. Is it dragging?
Huh? No, no. I was looking to see. Trying to get them back connected.
In the show?
JD3 says hello. Good night.
I greet you all in the name of Jesus the Christ, our Lord, and I pray my words today will comfort the hopeless, the downtrodden, and they that mourn. The word of God for the people of God. But I do not want you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning those who have fallen asleep, lest you sorrow as others who have no hope. For we believe that Jesus died and rose again. Even so, God will bring with him those who sleep in Jesus. Those who sleep in Christ Jesus will be awakened one day, and they will rise, which means if you and I are to rise, if we are to be caught up in the clouds.
Junior, you okay?
Don't call me that.
What I mean is, you ever let your mothers cooking like that since what? When you left going off to college? Boy, your mama and I thought you got some girl pregnant.
Nothing like that, Pop.
Don't be surprised. Because he is still alive.
Man, I want some damn man. I want you.
If you had the power to forgive, would you give it? Put some oil in your hand and wave it on my forehead. But you say just a minute. But God made you for me. God made you for me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for John. There he is. We're getting a reverb from somebody.
John, you on 2 devices. That's why we're getting that back feed.
Well, technology in the hands of a fool.
Well, you're just trying to see yourself twice. I don't know if LaMondre is going to make it back.
I think you straight now. I took you out the stream, so you should be okay.
There we go.
Okay.
I joined 2 rooms. Hey, how did I do that? I was in the waiting room and live at the same time.
Yeah, you a bad boy. They call that purgatory. But anyway, so
get right.
I'm not sure what happened to LaMondre.
I don't know. He was trying to get back in, but we lost him. So we got to let the church roll on.
And he's the star.
Ladies and gentlemen, so LaMondre Bonney is known as James David Jackson II. So we call him Jay. Jay is in an entanglement with a number of things going on in his life. But what I want you to know about him in his real life, he hails from Detroit, Michigan. He's actually a Navy vet. He loves basketball. He's a model. He's been in several films. And I think one of the ones he mentioned to me that he was in was P-Valley. And I'm thinking I'll probably know what that is, right? But anyway. We'll let that be what it is. But Jay came to me by way of Rod Newman, the director of the film. And he did a remarkable job in his role as a man with many, many, many challenges. So it was interesting that we would have Jay on night as the guy who is creating all this havoc. And we have the pastor on tonight who is trying to save us all by grace. So the film will continue. We'll start filming again in October. And there will be some twists and turns, and we hope you can hold on and follow us and make sure that things don't, make sure you stay connected. And Dre, his real name is LaMondre. He's phoning me now, letting me know that his phone is not allowing him to reconnect for some reason. So I'm going to try to connect him to the phone to see if we can hear his voice. How's that?
Let's go for it.
Can we hear? Let's see if he'll answer. LaMondre?
Yes.
We have you on live. Can you hear him over there?
Yes, I can.
Can y'all hear him, Valerie?
Yeah, yes. I can hear him. Just tell him to talk a little louder, but we hear him.
Yeah, just speak up a little louder, if you will, please, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Now tell us about Jay, the role that you're playing.
Jay is a family man, going through a lot of trouble, trying to find himself again, to be a better person than where he is now. He's been going through, pretty much being a player throughout his younger years, and he hasn't lost that. He hasn't grown as an adult yet, I think.
Okay. So let me.
Okay, go ahead.
So in your life, does anything in your life mirror the role that you're playing?
I'm pretty sure as what he's going through, every man and woman has been through what he has been through.
Yeah.
Not every man, but a pretty good percentage has been through it. I know I have. Yeah. I've seen myself in his shoes, and I can connect with him that way.
Yeah.
And going through emotional up and downs with multiple women.
Right.
And sometimes you don't want to be that way, but it's kind of in the man, it's kind of hard to get away from it when you've been doing it for so long.
Right.
So I saw myself. That's how I can relate to him on that point. And you got so many family I also, been through family secrets, things you don't know about until it come out way later in life.
Right.
It's like, oh wow, okay, so this has been going on and nobody hasn't told me. Now I don't even know how to react to it. When it's been released to me.
Right. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have LaMondre Bonney on the line. Huh?
Yes. Hi everybody doing?
Yeah, and I have Pastor John Eppenger. LaMondre is playing the role as Jay. Pastor Eppenger is playing the pastor. And we are making some moves out here in these streets, as Rod like to say. Old Hits Production House. Got to give him a shout out. But we're going to, again, ladies and gentlemen, be filming in October. We are looking for some more actors and actresses because we're building this platform. It's not going to stop with this one or the next 5. We have to write 6 episodes for the first season. That's what the contract calls for. Then we are going to go into some other things that will be spinoffs of this. For example, never mind, I'm not going to tell you. It'll be a spoiler alert.
Keep it a secret.
Yeah, I keep it a secret.
Hey, Valton, let me say this to Jay. Let me tell you, Jay, when I got through watching the first episode, I called Valton. I said, "Ooh, my head's spinning." Jay just had too much going on. I couldn't hardly keep up. I was like, I need a notebook.
He was perfect for that role because I couldn't play that role.
Yeah,
he was perfect for that role.
I'm a PK's kid. So I can relate to a lot of it. Now, we never quite had those extremes, but I laughed when I told Valton. I said, "Now, I only had one complaint. I'm a nurse, Jay, and I was an ER nurse. And when I saw that ambulance scene, I was like, that ain't how they would have picked him up out the street. I said, I got to be a consultant on the next one so we can get this right. Don't y'all have folks thinking that's what healthcare folks do."
And they didn't have on any gloves either, handling him with blood.
Yes. I was like jumping when I saw that. I was like, ooh, all of that's wrong. But I really enjoyed it. Now, Jay, I did laugh now when you got ran over. I ain't gonna tell no story.
Yeah. That's the first thing she said this morning. She said it was funny that Jay got run over. I was like, okay.
That one right. They had to get down like that.
I know, right? Yeah, but we had a lot of fun filming it. All of it, and the camaraderie that the group had, the cast had, we just gelled, And I'm just thankful that you both and the others have agreed to do this as a labor of love. You undertook my vision, my project, and you're doing it, and I'm very grateful. And I'm very grateful.
And for that to happen, and this was my first real acting job. It was just, I was like, it was a surreal moment. I was just, I'm being the lead. I was like, okay, all right. I had to gather my thoughts and try to, like Rob was helping me put everything together, and I'm still growing.
Right.
As I'm going with this with the story, I'm still growing, so everything's going to get better and better as I'm going.
Right. Now I'm looking at something, Val. Look like something you put up. Welcome to Dundrill Heights, www.youtube.com.
Yeah, I put the YouTube
channel
link in there.
Then it said about cocky lungs. What is that? Cocky lungs.
I don't know what you're saying, Valton, but anyway, you all pray for me. Look, Valton, I'm trying to bring him up to speed on things. It's the YouTube link, you all. And you know how YouTube links have all these different letters in them. He trying to read the YouTube link.
It does say cocky long, though.
You see it up there?
Cocky long. Yeah, cocky long.
A cocky long.
Don't worry about it, y'all. It's the YouTube link. Welcome to Dundrill Heights page. I'm working. Valton is a working.
He's calling you arrogant.
Hey, John, that's one of them sites you've been
visiting. PKkids.com.
Right. PK.com. Got dog with the cocky long.
Hey, look, Valton is about 15 years behind in technology and how things work. So
you don't have to put my business in the street.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk about you. So you try to call me out like I don't type something crazy in the messages in the chat. But look, Valton, let's talk about this real fast because this went from being a play. It was going to be a play, and then COVID came upon us. So tell how you ended up making that transition.
As I've stated many, many times before, I wrote this as a sermon 15 years ago and was inspired to write it as a play. Held on to it for a number of years, tried to get someone to pick it up. They didn't. And I just sat it on the shelf. When I decided to take it off the shelf upon the Lord and telling me again, get it done, we began to get the actors together. We began practicing together in a little gymnasium, John. You remember, over at one of the local high schools. And we sold tickets. We had the venue all set up, thanks to John again, with 16th Avenue Baptist Church. And a couple of weeks before we were getting ready to hit the stage, the pandemic happened. Boom. And I said, oh, Lord, okay, that's my punishment for not doing what you told me to do. So what you wrote 15 years ago, the world wasn't ready for it, but they're ready for it now. So when you look at a guy having a boyfriend, a girlfriend, and a wife, that's something that was really on the DL 15 years ago. But now it's one of those things that if you don't have those things going on, you ain't lit, as they say, you know. And I don't want to be lit like that. But anyway, but anyhow, so I was inspired to shoot it as a film, and reached out to Rod. We rewrote it. We then re-scripted it and did some other things to make it script and film ready. And that's what happened. We shot it, got these guys involved. They came on very happily. It was 25 degrees outside when LaMondre was lying on the ground. It was raining, had been raining that day. I mean, he was literally shaking to the core. So, you know, it was that was some really good acting, but it was real acting, if you know what I mean. So,
and I think Valton, something here to bring out is that, like you said, you wrote this 15 years ago, and sometimes we have to realize that we may get a vision for something today, and if we're not careful, we will take out with it, but it's not really for us to do it right then. So sometimes when we get ideas, it's best to stop, you know, think about it, pray about it, and then start progressing that way. Because sometimes you can come out just rolling out the barrel and it just flops because it was the vision. It just wasn't for the time now. And I want to talk about something Jay said when he was talking about how people do things and they really don't want to. You know, we see people say, oh, they should stop doing that. And I think a good example of what's the actor that they just found dead from the overdose, played on The Wire. Can't call his name right now.
Michael K. Williams.
He had a substance abuse problem, and unfortunately didn't know to get the help, or couldn't really say, hey, y'all, I'm still struggling with this. And I think in your play, that's something you bring out. I think a lot of times with the church aspect of it, people don't feel they can come and say, hey, this is my true issue. Right. I need help without ridicule. And so we have to be able to let people be who they are to help them to become who they really are intended to be. And that's those things we got to unlearn, because we're all raised to be judgy and even sometimes cruel, especially when it comes to homosexuality. You know, that's the only sin gonna mess you up, many folks think. So we really ram that. So I think, Valton, the message you're doing, some people, mainly I'm gonna say Christian folks and church folks, probably would have a problem with it because they would just look at it on the surface level and not look at what you're really sharing in the story.
Yeah, let me share. You said something I want to correct. We got his interview in, and
he was trying to come back.
And as John was stating, this is their first real interview, and it won't be the last, because we will have to get one after we get that what is it, the Emmy? What is it we're gonna get? The Emmy?
Yeah. This is a series, series.
Yeah. So we'll get everybody back for that, and we're gonna have the other cast members on, you know, throughout the year. So we'll make sure everybody gets their fair shake in their glory days. But again, we're very thankful that John and LaMondre were able to join us tonight. And John, give us a word on where your church is and what you all are doing out there. And John's not a new pastor, but he's a new pastor of a new church.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said earlier, Val, about God's timing, because I've been in a ministry 20 years. I was 10 at Galilee. I was the over the ministry for a while, youth ministry, youth pastor for a few years. Joined at 6th Avenue. Just was a member basically, but I was involved in a lot of different things. And then a few years ago, I was hired as a congregational care minister. And then suddenly I had a large group of people from the prayer ministries to sick and wellness, sick and visitation ministry, and or exercise. I always say we need to do better at funerals. We feed each other the same food that probably killed the decedent, and so we've got to do a little bit better. I was trying to do that with a straight face, do a better job of that. And so now I believe if I had pastored 10, 15, 20 years ago, even 2-3 years ago, I would not have been ready for the task. So I'm in Wylam, First United Missionary Baptist Church in Wylam. Just got there. We're just trying to get our feet wet, if you will. But we do have a vision, and part of that is hopefully being able to link up with some politicians and try to combat some of the urban blight in that community.
Good.
Okay,
good.
that was once a very thriving area. Even when I first came
yes.
to Birmingham, it was.
Yes.
Well,
and a shout out to the members. When I tell you, I really have some great people there, and I'm just pleased that God has placed me right there with them. So yeah. So that's what we're doing, and taking care of my grandbaby a couple of days a week. But other than that, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, Valton, what's next for you with the Welcome to Dundrill Heights? What's the next steps?
Well,
for me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, we have to. Hey, that depends on Valton.
Well,
because actually for the play, we talked about it, and I loved the script, and I was just going to have a what I thought was a role where I could have a piece of paper and read it and sneak offline and watch it, because I really enjoyed the rehearsals and watching the storyline and the development of the characters. So, we shall see.
Yeah, actually, I'll tell you, Valerie, you asked about it. So what we're getting ready to do, and this is new to John. Maybe I told you over the weekend, John, but anyway, this is new to the world. We are actually getting ready to start practicing the play again, because we're taking the play live to Huntsville, June 22.
Okay.
So we will be in Huntsville at, I think, the Embassy Suites on June 22. I'm not sure of the date just yet. But as far as the movie series goes, again, we will start filming again in October. We have a whole lot going on with this series and these episodes, and I'm just hopeful that everyone will enjoy what we are developing. The characters are from Birmingham, many of them. And if you act, please feel free to reach out to me. Even if you don't act, we can work with you because there's talent in Birmingham. We shouldn't have to go beyond the state lines to get talent or to give someone kudos. We have everything we need right here. God has given us all a talent, and I'm just trying to use that which I think He's given me to glorify the kingdom of God.
Let me ask you this. So how do people contact you, Valton?
My wife is always getting onto me about giving out my number, but I'm that guy. I don't mind people calling me, but don't call me with foolishness, as I say all the time. So if you're serious about it, that's fine, but don't call trying to slide into the DM thinking whatever, because it ain't gonna be like that. You can shut that down now. So you can hit me up at 205-370-7805. Again, that number is 205-370-7805. No representation is made on the quality reserve. But anyway, so that's how that rolls out.
Okay. Okay.
I think we just lost John again.
Look like John has got disconnected again, so that's a good time for us to exit.
All right, cool. I like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you so much for joining Conversation is Art, the Val and Val Show, with our guest, Reverend John Eppenger, and actor LaMondre Bonney. And, we'll be back soon. Check us out next Thursday. We got an awesome lineup next week. Woo! Let me go ahead and share with you who we have coming next week. So next week, we have none other than Andy Stokes. Following Andy Stokes, we have Birmingham's own Iva Williams, the comedian, followed by Tiffany Lawson, who plays Bridget in the movie Welcome to Dundrill Heights. Again, the 16th, Andy Stokes, the 23rd, Iva Williams, and the 30th, Tiffany Lawson, also known as Bridget Washington from Welcome to Dundrill Heights. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Valerie, please give them a shout out as we go out.
Yes, I just placed our email in the chat. If you all have some people that you all want us to have on the show, email us their name. We can reach out to them. If you yourself have something going on that you want to have shown to the world, please contact us and let us know, because we're all about definitely promoting local talent as well as new and up and coming talent, not just big names and everything.
Right.
So we thank you for joining us tonight, and we look forward to just continuing this journey and learning how to work this platform, and we become better at it day by day. So we're growing together. Valton's growing with his playwright. We're growing with broadening this platform. And I'm going to give a shout out to my son, who helped me do some things like this nice border you see around here. He showed me how to do that.
Good job.
And showed me how to make videos. So he's majoring in computer science. So I feel like our money is being well spent, although most of it's being paid by scholarships. So
good.
I thank him for that.
Good. And let me say this, Valerie. If anyone out there is interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, we will gladly talk to you about that as well. But we can promote your business and put your banner up on our platform. So please keep that in mind. It's not very expensive, and you will get the recognition that you deserve. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Good night.